Today we're going to talk about how to use NoveList Plus database that the Los Gatos Library provides to answer the age-old question of what should I read next? Now there's two ways that you can use this resource. The first way is to use it through the Los Gatos Library catalog. So to find how to do that, come to the Los Gatos Library homepage. We're going to click on Search Catalog. And what we need to do is just put in a book that you've enjoyed in the past. Now, I've enjoyed Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine, so I'm going to use that as my example book. And then click into the actual book record, and then scroll down towards the bottom until you find this NoveList Select Read Alikes section. Here you're going to find similar titles, and if you choose one of them, it's going to pull up why this is a similar title, what features it has in common. And then you can go ahead and use these two arrows at the top to scroll through those books and read about why those are similar. It also is going to have a section called Similar Authors, and you can click on those and see the books they offer. The second way you can find books that are very similar to Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine is by the story element. Now this is just like a mix and match, has different criteria of what makes this book unique. And so if I particularly enjoyed the fact that this was a book about a fish out of water, I could click on that, and NoveList Plus in the background would pull up all sorts of books that are available at the Los Gatos Library that are about a character that is kind of like a fish out of water. So if you see one that you think you might enjoy, you can then go ahead and click on that book, and you can request that item here. So that's the first way that you can use NoveList Plus through our online catalog. So the second way I'm going to show you is how just to get into NoveList Plus on its own. So you're going to go to the Los Gatos Library homepage and then click on e-resources. If you click on this green bubble that says reading, it's going to bring you down to the NoveList Plus database. So you'll notice that there's NoveList Plus, and there's also NoveList Plus K through 8. The K through 8 just has the children's books. NoveList Plus has children's and adult books. It's going to ask you to log in. You can just use your patron ID, which is your library card number. And this is going to pull up the NoveList Plus database. Again, you can search for a book by one that you've enjoyed in the past. That's a good way to start. So I'm going to search for Eleanor Oliphant. It's Completely Fine. And first it's going to pull up the bunch of different information about the book. On the right hand side, what I want you to notice is here's where all of the read alikes are. So it has a big list of different books that are very similar to Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. On the left hand side at the bottom here, you can also use this as a search for more books. So let's say I enjoyed the fact that this was set in Scotland. So if I click on this Scotland and then on search, it's going to search through its database and pull up all sorts of books that are set in Scotland. And so that's one way that I could find some books. Unfortunately, if you just are using the database, it's not linked to our catalog, and so we're not sure if we would have these books in our library. So the second way that you can use NoveList Plus is for book lists. If you go back to home, on the left-hand side, there's going to be a bunch of different recommended reading lists. You'll see there's reading lists for fiction and for nonfiction, and those are separated by adult, teen, ages 9 through 12, and ages 0 through 8. And so if I'm an adult looking for a fiction book, and let's say I want to read some mysteries, I click on mysteries and it's going to pull up a bunch of different subgenres and categorizations. So let's say I want to look for police procedurals. If I click on that, it's going to pull up a bunch of different options. Now if we go back to NoveList Plus to the homepage, you're going to see even on the homepage, there's a bunch of different book lists, and they have just tons and tons of different ways and and different ways to look for books. Right off, it has, I'm in the mood for books that are world building and lush. And you see that they just have a lot of books here, a lot of recommendations. And it goes on. So that is NoveList Plus. I'm going to take you back to the Los Gatos homepage and again review really quick these two different ways that we use NoveList Plus to search for books. The first way you can do it is search our catalog for a book that you have enjoyed in the past. So I'm going to look for Crazy Rich Asians. If you click into the book and then scroll all the way down, you see it took just a second there. That's okay. It's just loading. If it does that, just wait 1 second while it all loads. And you're going to have read-alikes, similar titles, similar authors, and this one also has similar series. And then further down, you can search by story element for what you enjoyed. The second way to use NoveList Plus is if you go all the way back to the Los Gatos Library homepage. You're going to click on e-resources, click on the green bubble reading, which is going to bring you down to the NoveList Plus database. Click in there, use your library card number to sign in. And then this will pull up the whole NoveList Plus database. And the only problem with using the NoveList Plus database by itself is that if you use it this way, it is not linked to the Los Gatos Library catalog. And so we may or may not have some of these excellent choices. And that is a wonderful resource that the Los Gatos Library provides all of our patrons so they can figure out what to read next. Thank you.